Hiya. How you
Hello.
doing?
What's your name, Chuks?
So what's my name, Chuks? You just said my name, haven't you?
Sorry about that.
So I'm Chuks and you are?
I am Runa.
Runa. And welcome to this podcast celebrating the ordinary.
Yeah.
Yay?
And this is like our love child, isn't it?
It is.
Basically, it's one of the things that we've always wanted to kind of like do is put something together. And the reason why it's celebrating the ordinary is because we were just I personally was getting very bored of just listening to high profile people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my mum and dad's a millionaire, but you know what? I became a monk, somewhere in a mountain. And now I feel like I'm winning the dream. I'm so inspirational. I rode a cow on the way down that mountain. Do you know what I mean? And like, I'm just thinking, but what about the average person on the street?
Yeah.
Like, they're under the radar. You don't know anything about them. But sometimes they have the most inspirational stories. They might not think that.
Yeah.
But when you hear it, you're like, oh my gosh.
Wow. And the thing is that we know that in our society, we know a lot of people are going through similar experiences. So why not look at and find and highlight these ordinary lives and celebrate them to the best of our ability?
Exactly.
And that's why we're here.
And that's why we're here, celebrating
it's
the ordinary.
a pleasure for me to be hosting this with you and working with you on this project.
I know it's your pleasure. It's like your dream come true, isn't
Terrible,
it, Chuks?
so terrible.
But
So
also,
terrible,
it's good for me too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was 100% pleasure. Because sometimes you're an arsehole. No, I was just joking. No, actually, we've been friends for so long.
We have.
It just
we
makes
go back
sense.
years and years and years since. Oh wow, more than 13 years.
Oh my God, is that... Oh.
It's been that long.
Why didn't you say 5 years? Then I could have felt
2
young.
years.
But I think actually it was probably more... No, it's not 13
Yeah,
years.
it's
It's 20
13.
years.
20 years.
Yeah.
No, it's not 20 years.
15 years. It's way
God,
over a
you know what?
decade.
You need to do some maths.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
13 years.
Anyway. Yeah.
It's 13
quite a long
years.
time though.
And we've just, I think for us it's just because when we met we just hit it off and we've been in each other's spheres all this while, and it's just been amazing. Right now this is just another feather in our cup of collaborative working and being friends and
And just having a laugh together,
and
to
just
be
having
honest.
a laugh and enjoying ourselves.
Life is so like hectic sometimes that you just want to like chill and just like banter stupid stuff. Not, not horrible stuff, like just... Like every time we meet up, we just laugh about the most stupidest of things.
Listen, every time I meet up with you, I get home and I have to take paracetamol because of ribache. Ridiculous. It's bang out of
God.
order.
Well, I mean, if it's any consolation, I always have to carry like 10 ladies because I'm going to wet myself laughing. Which is what I wanted. That is the goal.
That is the goal.
If I go somewhere and I'm laughing so hard and meet up with someone and I'm laughing so hard that I'm going to piss my pants, like quite frankly, I'm winning in life actually.
And that to me is the goal of this podcast.
Yeah.
We are celebrating the ordinary. We will be talking about some heavy topics.
Yeah.
We will be talking about some heavy issues, but we're going to try as much as possible to bring our flair of banter and our flair of fun to this, just to make it that bit easier to deal with.
Maybe. And like we'll always give you like a heads up. I mean, the truth is that when we're talking about ordinary people, like having extraordinary lives and the inspiration, it comes from the hardship and adversity.
It does.
It doesn't come from the fact that like you managed to get yourself to a mountain and you're climbing a goat down.
It
like
does.
if only they had the privilege of that. Do you know what I mean? And actually, that's what if you could like, have you heard of that saying? You can either laugh or cry.
Yeah.
And actually, sometimes life can be so shit that you're like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to laugh because, what the fucking option? I'll cry, but I'll also bloody laugh too. And I think...
You have to. Yeah.
That's the way to kind of
That's
like go
the
about
way
it.
to go about it. So, again, welcome to Celebrating the Ordinary.
And we have got some amazing guests that will be talking about how, well, they'll tell us their story and we will eke out the fact that they are actually amazing because they are. Because a lot of these people that we're going to be interviewing or we're talking to, they don't really know it themselves. That's the
No,
beauty,
they
the
don't.
humility.
They don't. They don't pat themselves on the back enough. They don't realize how amazing they are, what strides they are making in their lives that other people can learn from.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't know. And that's why I like this. That's why, for me, that's why I like the fact that we're going to do this and give them that opportunity to say, hey,
Yeah.
I'm good.
I was just thinking, because this is my brain, and like it goes from randomly from here to there. This is definitely my ADHD brain. It's like the logo, as you can see, we look shit hot in there. I'm like, really?
Listen, I am not that
That's
ripped.
the extraordinary me.
I am not that ripped. I wish I was. I'm not that ripped.
Wish I was like that too, mate. But hell no.
Oh my days. But if that's the case, then let's talk about you then. Hmm? Tell me something about Runa.
What would you want to know?
Oh, okay. Let's play a game.
Oh, I like a game.
Ooh. Let's call it quick fire.
Oh,
Ready?
sounds mysterious.
Dun, 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 dun. So, can you tell me one unexpected fact about Runa?
Oh, damn. There's quite a lot, actually.
Okay.
So I do have a certain tick, so you might see me do this sometimes, and that tick happens. And I don't feel it's an unexpected fact, but it's an unexpected fact because I don't always realise I'm doing it.
Okay.
But true unexpected fact, do you know, my mind's drawing a bit of a blank, but I would say unexpected fact is often I look like I'm like really slowed down. So this is my face going, like literally just like paused, and I look like I've paused in my zombified expression.
Yeah.
But my brain is just going super fast.
Okay.
Like literally left, right, center. And people don't realise that. So when they're looking at me, they're probably thinking, God, this is a person that's taking their sweet time and slow. But actually, my brain's just like that, and I can't keep up with it.
I know you mentioned this earlier on. You just glance through it. Does that have to do with do you have to do with your ADHD?
So that is the ADHD thing. Like where my brain's like that. But when you look at me, I'm like, do you know what I mean?
Where's the remote? Pause.
Yeah.
Play.
Yeah. So I say that was quite unexpected.
Okay.
You might think I'm like a dead body, but actually
Your brain is
very
going,
active.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
Go on then.
What is your hidden talent?
My hidden talent is I'm really good at working out a plot in a murder mystery. Like within the first 10 minutes, I'm like, it's you. And then by the end of it, I'm like, I just want to watch the end just to see if I'm right. So often a murder mystery to me is just a vanity game. I'm like, how right am I? But yeah, it's this weird talent.
You're telling me that if I were to go and watch a murder mystery with you, I would not like it because you'll tell me the end before the end comes. Is that what you're trying to say?
Basically, yes. If, for example, you piss me off and we got beef, I would take you specifically to one where you didn't want a spoiler alert, and then I would spoil that shit.
Oh my!
I would never do that because I'm not an arsehole, but if I wanted to do that, I could. And I'm not saying I wouldn't ever do that. You know?
Okay. So, final question. What is your comfort show?
Comfort show? Oh, do you know I have quite a few actually.
Ooh.
So if, for example, I've had a day where I feel like I'm angry and the world's like going to pot, and it's like people have pissed me off, then I have to watch Dexter, which is everyone's friendly serial killer, neighborhood serial killer, who's really lovely, really wonderful, very, is a homebody, cares for his family type shit, but will kill bad people. So I feel like that's not so bad.
Oh, okay, so why do you like that show?
I don't know. I just find it quite I'm
therapeutic.
So I'm quite justicey. So usually when I'm feeling like that, I feel like there's a lot of injustice going on in the world and in my life, and so I feel like he just makes it right. I'm not saying that I agree and you should go and murder people if they've pissed you off, but I find Dexter quite calming, and it's just the methodical way he goes about it.
So he kills
know.
somebody, hangs them by the innards of
No,
their
he doesn't
stomach.
do that.
And
No,
for you,
no,
like,
no,
oh,
no.
that's so,
He's not a
it's so
common-ass Ted
therapeutic.
Bundy, mate.
It's amazing.
He's not a common-ass Ted. Don't you be slating on old Dexter. He cleans it out. He puts cling film on. He lays the body down. It's a ritual. He cleans them so they're not dirty or smelly on the table. And he uses pro-cook knives, like proper knives, not like stuff from the pound shop.
Yeah.
So he's very classy, I'd say.
Okay.
And I find him really calming. Like, he does help me slow my brain down.
Okay.
And then my second comfort show, I've got two more, cooking shows. I love it. I love a food show.
Okay.
MasterChef is my favourite. You know, I do love a MasterChef.
Yeah.
And then a Four in a Bed, because there's nothing better than just people rating. And I love the breakfast bit. It's the same fucking eggs and shit.
There are two types of people who, in my opinion, with Four in a Bed.
God.
People who like Four in a Bed because they just want to be nosy. And they want to see behind everyone's camera. What's in their bedroom like? What's the chair like? And all of that. Or there are those who actually like it because they want to see the competition and the drama. Which one are you?
I like a bit of drama.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. But I do find it quite like weird, like, again, comforting that people go and check out people's toilets and like they're like, oh, there's a pubic hair there, and you know that it's literally on the finger. And I feel like the range of emotions, like disgust and horror, and you know, it's captivating. So those are my three comforts.
Interesting. Yeah. That's good. That is good. Okay. If that's the case, then I know we're celebrating the ordinary. And where do you start from celebrating the ordinary, but actually starting with celebrating ourselves?
Yeah.
So can you tell me, what is Runa? What is Runa's story? Tell me a bit about Runa.
God. Do you know, I really hate open-ended questions like that. Like, can you tell me about Runa? What do you want to know, mate? What the hell? I don't know.
Spill the beans.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always...
What led you to here?
Okay. I think who I am is very much so that this changes every time people ask me this question. The answer actually changes, not because the content itself changes, but it's more about what I'm feeling in that moment.
Yeah.
And today, if you're asking me that question, I would say I'm one of those people that are very much like background.
Okay.
I like being left to my own devices and, you know, like letting my head like kind of take over. I like just like, you know. And I think I'm one of those people that the world has always got in the way. You know, growing up, I didn't really understand a lot of stuff. Like, I didn't quite get how people worked.
Yeah.
You know, I came from a very sort of like working class family. There were 7 of us.
Wow.
So really big family, big
And
Bengali.
What were you, beginning or the end? Or the middle?
Upper middle. So I had 2 older than me.
Okay.
And I've got like 4 younger than me.
Interesting position.
And,
Go
you know,
ahead.
and so of course, very invisible as a child.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there were about trillions of us. And our parents, you know, they migrated from like Bangladesh. English wasn't their first language. They spoke it very thingy. So trying to like kind of navigating that home life and that, you know, there is a bit of a thing. And I'm not going to go into too much like detail and stuff. It wasn't like my childhood was a bit of a mix, you know, and there were some traumas and stuff. Of course, you know, like a lot of people have them.
Life, yeah.
And and I'm just growing up, like I don't know, just trying to figure stuff out. And it's only not it's not until like literally the last maybe like 5 to 6 years that I've really started to place things for myself.
Yeah.
And now today, I feel like a different woman to that kid, like kind of growing up. You know, and I know my mind more.
Yeah.
I don't give as much of a shit about things. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still overthink. I will still, you know, like I have the inner voice. I call her Brenda, who's a bit of an arsehole. You know, the one that's like, you're an idiot. Shit. Why the fuck did you do that, you asshole? You're going to get cancelled. Fucking no one knows you, but you're going to get cancelled somehow. That voice, still there.
Yeah.
But I feel like... I don't know, like how do I describe it? I feel like, you know what, fuck you, Brenda.
Yeah.
Can I just say not all Brendas are arseholes, just the one in my head.
Yeah.
Be really clear about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like, fuck that. And you know, and I run my own business now.
Yeah.
which is training consultancy around mental health, workplace well-being, and equality, diversity, inclusion. So feel free to, get in touch if you want your workplace, because I am
nice
shit at
plug.
what I do. Yeah, just like do my thing,
Yeah.
Like, and so this isn't even like a, like money thing or anything like that. It's just literally like, I just want to do something that makes me happy.
Yeah.
And I want to do something that's like kind of fun. And it's a space or time of my life where I feel really safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel quite stable. I don't feel like I'm going to be attacked or, do you know what I mean? Like, this is what happens when you're growing up with like trauma, is that you feel like you're always like sensing threat in the environment. And I've come to a time where I don't feel that. And that's a good space to be honest.
That's interesting. Wow, that is interesting.
So that's what brings me now. I don't know if that answered the question or not, but
it does. It gives an idea, and if you're looking for juxtaposing that through the lens of someone who, again, like you said earlier, and I'm always going back to this, but someone with ADHD, that shows that despite the neurodivergence, you're turning that and you're actually kicking ass of life, man.
To be honest, the ADHD stuff is actually an afterthought in my life. Like being a South Asian woman and like the expectations and everything.
Yeah.
Like I never knew that I had ADHD until like just a few years ago, really.
Oh, wow.
And I always knew there was something odd about me or different. It's really weird and it's hard to pinpoint, but I always knew there was something weird about me. And I say that in relation to me. I don't mean that like people who are ADHD are weird, but just saying that I knew that I was different. And actually, I've been like really good because I have struggled with my mental health. It's the reason why I do the work that I do.
Yeah.
You really struggled with it and actually put in a lot of like coping mechanisms. Like I make it my business, like not in the wellness guru way. Like don't get me wrong, but I am scoffing like crunches like nobody's business on a Friday. 2, 3, 4. So it's not like a perfect yoga. I do downward dog every 2 minutes type shit.
Yeah.
But I do take care of this as much as possible, like not in a perfect way. And I've actually managed to learn like coping tools and things like that. So I've learned to manage my ADHD without even knowing that I had ADHD.
And I must say that as someone who's known you for years, I must say that it wasn't only recently when you actually did disclose to me that you had ADHD that I began to see that you did, because in my opinion you've always been Runa, absolutely amazing at what she does, absolutely wears her heart on her sleeve. Whenever she does something, when she sets her mind to do something, she goes all out to smash the shit out of it. Someone who, in my opinion, you might not know this, is inspiring to other people. People who are watching, you might not see it, you might not know it, but I do know people who. There are times when I see people, or even me, sometimes when I capture myself watching and say, wow, I didn't think about it that way. That what Runa just done is quite amazing. And I think you don't know that about yourself. So yeah, you are celebrating the ordinary.
Oh, Chuks, that was an excellent,
Listen,
so on point and brand.
This doesn't happen often, so take it. It will happen again.
I'll take that. Do you know what? It's lovely coming from you, because I know you're not going to say shit for the sake of saying shit. So it does feel quite good. Honestly, I only take it from a few people. I won't just take it from all and sundry. But people who I care about, when they say stuff like that back to me, that feels like a gift. If it was someone on the road, I'd be like, unless you're Chris Hemsworth, in which case
it is
bring
worth
it on,
it.
mate.
It is worth it. It is worth it. Okay.
Oh, dear.
So, next question.
Okay.
Why podcasting?
Well, why not?
I know we were talking about it earlier, so tell me a bit more. Why podcasting?
So podcasting specifically is just another genre of doing stuff. I mean, I could answer you suggested it. And then I thought, yeah, why not? But actually, I don't know how we came about that conversation. I don't know how we actually came.
It was a natural flow.
Convo?
It was a mutual flow, and we just realized that we were thinking about this thing. It had been in our heads, in the back of our heads, and we're just having a conversation. And it just came out like, hey, I'm thinking along those lines as well.
Like, we didn't have a clue at all, did we?
No, we didn't.
We're like, yeah,
No,
let's
we
just
didn't
do
do
a
it.
podcast.
Wasn't it the same day we decided to buy a ticket and fly to Malta, some random trip?
Yeah, we did. We found the cheapest and the weirdest Airbnb, which, can I just say, was a lot better when the lift started working. So just for context, this place, this flat, was in the middle of Malta. Great place, but it was on the 4th floor, and the view was amazing, but the flipping lift didn't work. And I don't do stairs, so I had to do stairs that day. But when the lift started working randomly in the middle of our stay, I felt there were ants and stuff, but they became like friends, didn't they? But yeah, the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no. I don't know, actually. It just kind of came about, and I think it was more just talking about the fact that I'd love to be able to showcase these stories. And so the podcast was like a natural way to
go about
kind of do it.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest. I mean, I'll speak for myself, but I think I also speak for you. Because I'm going to do a quick fire on you too. And I'm going to... Chuks, what's your take on that podcast?
Get me back.
But basically, we didn't have a fucking clue, mate.
No, we did not.
What jingle do we want? And you will meet our next guest, Trey, who is absolutely amazing on point.
Listen, big up Trey wherever you are. Whoop, 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 whoop.
But basically, we contacted him because we were like, oh, we need a jingle. Like, literally, that was our priority. Not fucking how we're going to go about stuff, how we do it. We thought we would just do it on, like, Zoom or something. Yeah. And then Trey came into our lives, and literally, I realised that we were dumb. Like, we were idiots because we did not have a bloody clue. And at this point, we still don't have a jingle, but we managed to get to recording. And without him holding our hands, I don't think we would have done that.
Every time I see Trey in our chat, in my mind, I hear the angels singing, Hallelujah.
Yeah, like, without him, we still would have been like, what jingle do you want? What background do you want? And then it probably wouldn't have happened. So I guess I wasn't consciously thinking of podcast. I think in my mind, actually, I was thinking of webinars. But having an expert like come and guide us through it, then actually our wild ideas, he's just literally structured them. And helped us to understand. Like, then that's how I got into the podcast thing, if I'm completely honest.
Okay. So then, what for our listeners? What would you say you want their key takeaways to be from listening to Runa?
Well, I mean, I'm thinking the key takeaway should be from like the guests that we have. Yeah, definitely.
True.
Because to be honest, their stories are everything. Some like the guests that we have, like, I mean, they just blow my mind. And what I'd really like is for you. I'm pretty sure that you know, as a listener, your mind will be blown because these people are pretty phenomenal. And they're everyday people that you probably pass on the street. You know. So that's what I'd like you to take away. I think if there's anything you'd like that I'd like for you to take away from me is, I don't know, to be honest. You take what you want, mate. I don't know. I don't give a shit. And not in a nasty way, like, or anything, but just like, I can't control that, can I? So I want you to like me. Can you like me, please? But if you don't like me, well,
please like me.
Please like me. Beep. Heart. We could be friends. But the reality is listen, take what you want. What I'd really like for you to is take people's stories. That's where it's at. Okay.
So I think we've gone a bit serious.
Okay.
Now to get a bit fun.
Well, then in that case, why don't I switch it on to you?
Oh, damn. I was hoping you'd forget.
I think we've run out of time.
Bye.
Sweat, Chuks. Let's see, what can I think of that I can make?
Okay.
So,
damn.
Your guilty pleasure.
She's giving me the eye.
Tell me a guilty pleasure, Chuks.
My guilty... Oh.
Make it really guilty. The type that you need therapy for.
Oh. Oh, my guilty pleasure. So, I have one I do not... And if you tell anybody, I will deny it.
Okay, just admit it on a podcast that we hope trillions will be listening to. But of course, I'll deny it.
I forgot that part. Close your eyes, everyone. I think, so I have a few guilty pleasures. One, shoes.
Shoes?
Shoes. I know.
How many have you got? How many pairs?
I'm 20.
20?
20 pairs of shoes and growing. There is something when I'm walking down the street, high street, or when I'm somewhere and I see a pair of shoes, in my mind runs a gamut, because in my mind I'm thinking those shoes and I'm thinking the clothes I have at home and what they would go with. And next thing I know is that my palms are sweaty and I'm thinking, I want to buy them.
Is that what happens? Like you've got a Brenda and you say, buy those
Buy
shoes,
me.
Chuks.
So that's shoes and maths.
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 Married at first sight.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like those are two big revelations. Let's unpick them a little bit. Let's go back to the shoes. Yeah. What's your wackiest pair that you have, that you love?
So I have a pair of Doc Martens.
Yeah.
I have 2 pairs of Doc Martens, but 1 pair are exclusive, because they're, your regular Doc Martens are the black with the yellow stitching. These particular Doc Martens are black with white stitching.
Nice.
And not just white stitching all over.
Oh.
They are uber exclusive. I bought them. I love them. I almost want to say my precious when I look at them, but I love them, man. Those are my yeah.
They sound awesome. I'm not gonna lie though, I have seen you in some cowboy boots, and I was hoping you'd talk about them. I want to bring them into the picture, Chuks. Let's get down and dirty.
So those boots, I saw them in passing.
And did you feel like a cowboy?
I saw them in passing. So although they're how can I describe them? They're uber comfortable. They're uber. They're different. They are different. They're not the kind of shoes you would see anyone else wearing. And with nothing you will know about me, I love being different. I love standing out. I'm just that kind of person. When I saw those boots, man, I just had to get them. I had to get them. The only thing they don't have, the only thing I'm missing are spurs. I wish they had spurs. So when you're walking around, you hear ching, ching, ching.
You want people to know that you're coming from a distance.
So those are my two guilty pleasures.
And maths, who's your favourite couple?
Oh, for me, I don't have a favourite couple.
I mean, I don't think they're couples anymore.
I don't have a favourite couple. Everybody would talk about the if you're looking at the most recent ones, the couple that stayed together. But for me, it's Jamie and her husband. I've forgotten his name.
Dave.
Dave, not Dave. No. Jamie and the tall guy with the tattoos from here to that kingdom.
It is Dave.
It's Dave.
Yeah.
It is Dave. Yeah. It is Dave. Those are my favorite, because Jamie is so honest.
Yeah.
She says it as it is. She talks blah, 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 and then oops, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Out loud. Was that out voice? That's out. But she's also very, very loyal to people, to her friends and people around her.
So are you really rooting for that couple to work?
They didn't work. Sorry.
Oh, damn. I was hoping you didn't know. Then I'm like, Chuks.
Spoiler alert.
She's hooked up with Elliot. or so we see. I mean, I don't actually know, but I've seen it on Insta.
Oh, my days.
Oh, damn. So, okay, well, what about, so another one, comfort show. You asked me that comfort show thing. What's your comfort show, Chuks? Is it Dexter?
No. So this is might sound random, but for my comfort show, Grand Designs.
Grand Designs?
Grand Designs. There is just something about Grand Designs. So first of all, I would say the full disclosure.
Yeah.
In uni, I studied architecture.
Nice.
So that goes back to that. For me, I love the fact that, so there are 2 things about the show I really love. One, it's the designs of the buildings. It's the fact that they start off with a blank slate, many a time an empty plot of land, or even a structure they need to demolish. It's looking at the plans of what they want to do. It's also looking at the final outcome when they're showing up and here is the building, it's being constructed, it's amazing, it's full of light, and da. That's one. Number two, this goes back to my days, again, part of my work past, when I was in media. I love grand designs because of their camera shots. Some of the camera work in grand designs, the shots, the drone footage, even there's some angles they show from a small corner, and you see the vaulted ceilings within the structure they're building that they've just finished. They're absolutely they're breathtaking. So that's my comfort. That's my comfort show, grand design.
Yeah, I mean, I got that when we were in Malta. I saw the way you looked at buildings. I was like, But also, look how different we are. Like, when you're talking about your comfort, it's about technical, it's about art, it's about culture. Mine was just like killing people, eating or sniffing a toilet. You know what I mean? Oh, damn, that toilet's dirty. You know what I mean? So, tell us something that the world might not know about you.
Whoa. I'm a black belt in Taekwondo.
No.
Yeah.
Kept that hidden. I didn't realise you were a fucking Bruce Lee. I didn't know you were a black belt.
I am. I like to, one of the things I do is I like to do things that no one expects me to do. That's me. No one least expects me to do. I got into Taekwondo because of that. No one expects me to do it. I got into basketball because of that.
Fuck.
In fact, I represented my university in basketball, in some basketball competitions.
You're like a fucking A-list celeb.
No, I'm not.
No, well, you should be, though. Wowzers. So, what does that... I mean, that's quite interesting, because I didn't know that about you, and I've known you for, like, 300 years, let's be honest.
I don't go around kung fu fighting all over the place and watch out. I don't do that, okay?
Yeah.
But,
well, then I would have known. It was a bit of giveaway. So either that or you're a big fan of, like, The Karate Kid or Cobra Kai. But, I mean, that I didn't know about. So actually, who are you, Chuks? Tell me more about you. Tell me stuff I don't know about. I feel like this is a learning curve.
So for me, again, I started off, I think my life is centered around the fact that, as you can all see, hey, I'm born with a disability. Take it as it is. And I think for me, I grew up so like, unlike you was in the middle of the family, I'm the last of 4 boys. Whoop, whoop. Anyway.
The young kid, the youngest.
The youngest. But I grew up in a family that made sure that despite my disability, my perceived disability, let's put that in quote, because what is that? My perceived disability, I was raised to be as independent as possible. And that means that I was raised to do everything else my brothers did.
Wow, okay.
So that's why I differ from the usual last born child.
Oh. You didn't get the perks.
No, I did not.
Getting
no,
away
I did
with it.
not. I cooked, I cleaned, I washed, I did my own bed, I did everything. I had my own chores with everybody else.
So you were a classic like Cinderella then, but you know what? It's worked out. It's worked out.
It has. And that's why, so growing up that way made me also realizing that, knowing like you, I knew I was different. Yes, it's obvious I'm different, but I also know that a lot of people who seeing me and seeing the expectation of certain vulnerabilities might want to take advantage. So I learned from early on to stand my corner, defend myself, but switch it up as well. I also realized that in order to be accepted for me, I also need to surprise people.
Yeah.
And I surprise them by doing things that they least expect before they even get to know me. So the taekwondo, the basketball, the skydiving, the bungee jumping, all of that.
I mean, that's really powerful stuff, actually, because, like, not in a thingy way, but often when people hear, like, oh, this person has a disability, automatically the word vulnerable comes to mind. But actually, I mean, everyone's vulnerable to a certain extent, but
Everybody
not in the way that...
vulnerability. Everybody has vulnerability, and everybody has a... Listen, what is a disability? It's an inability to do certain things. Not everything, certain things. Not everybody can do everything. There are certain things people cannot do.
Yeah.
People cannot see the long distances. They need glasses. Or people cannot even read certain writing because it's in white. Or people cannot walk long distances because they get exhausted easily. But because they don't have a physical impairment, they're not classed by society as disabled.
Yeah. Well, that's the classic hidden disability thing.
It is the classic hidden disability thing.
Which takes me straight to, like car parks. If someone has a blue badge but they don't have an obvious disability, you'll get the challengers like, you get that. And it's like you scam the council or something like that. Yeah. But,
and so that's me. That's me. So living my life that way meant that I have constantly, pushed myself to do what I needed to do, but also pushed myself to do the extraordinary. Yeah. I've constantly pushed myself to do stuff that people wouldn't expect, and that's Chuks.
Yeah. And actually, that's also like the podcast is celebrating the ordinary. Like there is a link here that you wouldn't expect, but actually, you've blown my mind. And I didn't think that was possible after flipping 92 years of knowing you. I knew everything about this man, but you still surprised me.
Thank you very much.
I did not know you were a Bruce Lee.
No.
I'm gonna go and pick fights now.
Listen, you're on your own.
And then if anyone starts on me, I'm like,
I
Chuks, my mate.
I've never seen that in my life.
Go get you.
I've never seen that in my life. Who are you, Runa? What?
You asshole.
And so again, that also brings me to where I am today.
Yeah.
Is because of that way of thinking and realizing that not everybody who has been treated or are treated the way everyone else is treated. I am who I am today. Like you, I'm a consultant. I'm a diversity ED&I consultant, with my focus again on being a black man, a proud black Nigerian man. I say with Nigerian accent, a proud black Nigerian man who is living with a disability. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's really powerful. Just for context, in case people don't know what EDR stands for, it literally stands for Equality, Diversity,
Inclusion, and I add the last bit. Belonging. Very important. Without belonging, you're wasting your time.
Yeah. So why are you here then? I mean, I know we talked about the celebrating ordinary and stuff, but in terms of the podcast, what is it that you're looking for?
So a bit like you, I'm looking for opening the eye of our listeners, opening the minds of our listeners, and making them realize that there are people out there who might be going through shit that they're going through, the shit that life brings throws at them, and they're not the only ones. That's one. Number two, I want to open the eyes of our listeners and people who we will bring onto the show and say to them, you might not know this, but you are amazing.
Yeah.
You might not necessarily have a spotlight of an A-lister, but you are amazing. You are doing stuff that is amazing. You are making a difference in this world in your own little way. And let's give you the opportunity, even if no one else will, but let's give you the opportunity to pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm doing that's why I'm on this podcast trail. I think that for me that would be what I would take home and would put a smile on my face on the end of the day.
Yeah. I hear that. I love you, Chuks. You're the best. Just to be really clear, professional love. Don't want you getting any ideas or anything.
You've never said that to me. You love me now.
I love you. No, but honestly, that I really hear that.
Yeah.
I really hear that.
Yeah.
And that's why I really can't wait for like people to actually listen to like our guests because I mean, it's everything, isn't it? Really.
It does.
Now let me think. What else can I ask? Something that's a little bit tough. I feel like I haven't got your sweat on, to be honest. You know.
Okay. Bring it on.
Tell me something that you wouldn't want the world to know. Tell the world.
Oh. Something that no, I'll get cancelled. Nope.
Are you saying you're not going to tell me anything? Well, you know what? It's okay. We've got plenty of episodes to kind of get you on that.
Yeah.
Because, do you know what I mean? Like, we've got a number of episodes, we've got a number of guests, but also we'll still be riffing off each other.
We will still be riffing off each other. Yeah.
And I will absolutely get you on that question. In fact, I'm going to get it in a really sneaky way that you're going to answer it. And you'll be like, what the hell happened?
Oh, my days. Oh,
So,
yeah.
So, so what we're going to have is guests. We're going to have lots of like topics that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
What else are we going to do? My perimenopause brain, I've forgotten now what we're doing.
So we're going to have guests. We're going to have hot topics. We're going to have games. We're going to have... We're going to talk about the ordinary things that actually sparks our attention.
Yeah.
And we are going to actually talk about stuff that we might not necessarily agree with. Yeah. Or with each other, but we're going to challenge ourselves and give ourselves the opportunity to blow our own minds sky high.
Exactly. It isn't about agreeing. Like, not everyone has to agree. There's a space for everyone to be able to have their voice and stuff, you know. And there are reasons why people come to a particular conclusion, don't they? So it's just about exploring. Where is that from? That's where the story is. Exactly. So we're not asking people to agree with what we're saying.
No, we're not. Listen, we do not want to be screaming within an echo chamber. Echo chamber. Yeah. An echo chamber. We're not looking for that. What we're looking for is an opportunity to be challenged. Because without the challenge, we're not learning. Yeah. And we want the opportunity to challenge other people as well.
Exactly.
Because it goes both ways.
That's the growth, isn't it? Otherwise, you just become stagnant. You're like... Yeah. You're like, you know... I'm watching The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah.
I love Pedro Pascales. Please let him be a decent bloke. Every artist I like turns out they've got a dark history or something.
Would he be your ideal guest if you could conjure up a guest from the thin air?
Do you know what? He would be my ideal guest, but I don't know if he'd be ideal for the podcast because I'll just be literally sitting on his lap, like celebrating the ordinary. I'll be celebrating my love. I'll be serenading him with a rose in my mouth. I love you, baby. Right now. Do you know, I'll be feeding him chocolates, and you're the one that's going to be talking about the topics of the world. And I'm like, oh, did that caramel get over your face? Let me lick that off you. Would basically, so like I said, my ideal guest, but not, you know, we don't have Pedro, so don't get too excited, people. But everyone else is absolutely fabulous, so there you go. So definitely check us out, right?
Check us out. Check our YouTube channel. Check our Instagram page. Yeah. Check us out on all platforms: Facebook, Spotify.
Because we're going to do audio, aren't we?
Yes, we will. And also, check us out when we have our next person on board, our next guest.
Absolutely.
He will blow your mind, man.
And then if you do a bit of stalkery stuff on our background, as you can see our professional lives, and you're like, our workplace could do with some of what they're offering.
Yeah!
Check us out on LinkedIn! Excellent. Oh.
Check us out on LinkedIn, please. Give us a call. Slide into our DMs.
Oh, definitely. So thank you all, and it's a wrap for now.
Thank you very much for being part of us, for joining us today. It's been another first edition of Celebrating the Ordinary, and we're quite excited to see where we get on down this journey.
Well, the next stop is with Trey. Yeah. Yeah. And we know you are going to love him as much as we love him. Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.